10 dishes to try in Japan. Sushi and ramen have already made culinary waves around the world and, of course, you'll want to check out the real deal while you're here. But the fact that this list was so hard to narrow down, and caused a whole load of debate here at Gaijin Pot, is proof that when it comes to food in Japan, the choice is pretty much endless. So put on those stretchy pants and let's go. 1. Sukiyaki and shabu shabu. Order plates of your favorite raw meats, cook them in a big pot in the middle with seasonal vegetables and broth, and dip them into a sauce of your choosing. The main difference between the two is that sukiyaki is cooked in a sweet and salty broth with a strong flavor while shabu shabu is meat boiled in a clear, seaweed-based broth. Both are pretty classy meals here, especially shabu shabu, mainly because of the amount of meat consumed, so watch your wallet as things can get pricey. 2. Katsudon. At first sight, katsudon is not the most appealing of dishes aesthetically speaking, but it sure is tasty. Made with a solid helping of rice, onions, deep-fried pork cutlet, tonkatsu, and eggs poured over the top, this is the ultimate Japanese comfort food. It's also become a tradition for Japanese students to eat it the night before taking an exam since katsu also means to win. Recently, katsudon has become more familiar to Western audiences because of the popularity of the figure skating anime, Yuri on Ice, and its main character's obsession with the dish. 3. Omorris. How can eggs and rice be so darn satisfying? Omorris, an abridged katakana version of omelette and rice, is usually mixed with ketchup, stuffed with chicken, rice, and vegetables, and held in a smooth embrace by a simple egg omelette. Although usually homemade fare, there are plenty of restaurants that feature omorris on their menus or specialize in this most versatile of meals. Favorite variations include demi-glace sauce instead of ketchup and Okinawan style with taco rice. 4. Anako. Rest assured, this yummy seafood is nowhere near as slippery on your plate as the creature is while alive. For those who aren't a huge fan of seafood but don't want to miss out on Japan's fishy cuisine, Anako is perfect as its texture and smell have more in common with meat than your typical seafood. Anagodon is grilled eel in a kind of teriyaki sauce laid on top of steaming rice. It's a good introduction for the skeptics. Keep in mind that Anago's freshwater cousin, Onagi, is endangered, and you should avoid eating it if you are concerned about sustainability. 5. Karaage. KFC has nothing on Japan's version of fried chicken. Technically called torai no karaage, the basic recipe involves boneless, tender chicken thighs, marinated in sauce, and deep-fried. Almost everybody in Japan knows how to make it at home, yet they'll almost always order it when drinking in an izakaya, Japanese pub. 6. Onigiri. It's a mystery why delicious and filling onigiri hasn't swept the world, but you cannot leave Japan without trying one. It's a cornerstone of Japanese lunchboxes, snacks, and late-night eating. The humble rice ball is a simple concoction of rice and filling that's shaped into a triangle or ball. They're usually wrapped in seaweed, which adds a nice, healthy crunch. 7. Mochi. Mochi is about as traditional as it gets in terms of Japanese food. Roughly translated as a rice cake, mochi is made from glutinous rice, which is traditionally pounded with a large and heavy hammer into a sticky texture. There are lots of ways to eat mochi: in soup, grilled, stuffed with onco, sweet red bean, or wrapped in an edible leaf for cherry blossom season. Daifuku is a mochi cake usually stuffed with a sweet filling. 8. Melon Pan. A uniquely Japanese bakery sweet, melon pan, melon bread is a sugary, cookie dough-coated bun in the shape of a cantaloupe melon that doesn't taste anything like a melon. Variants can be found throughout the country, such as chocolate chip, caramel, and custard filling. 9. Onco. Like lots of ingredients used in making traditional Japanese sweets, onco, red bean paste, isn't that sweet, and its texture can sometimes be off-putting to foreigners. For those who can get over their initial reservations, there is a whole new world of related goodies for you to try. Take Doraemon's namesake, dorayaki, for example. These mini pancakes are filled with pure red bean goodness and rated by top pastry chefs. 10. Tempura. Tempura is a Japanese fried dish made mostly from seafood and vegetables. It is seasoned with a sauce made with soy sauce, ginger and sugar. Tempura can be made using almost any and every vegetable. The size of the piece has to be able to be eaten in one bite, and despite being deep fried, Tempura does not have an oily texture. Tempura is usually served with Tsuyu sauce that is a mix of consommé, sweet steak, soy sauce, ginger, radish and spices.